Okay, Apex Legends Season 6 is just out, and reading the patch notes is, oh my gosh, so exciting. I'm so excited to bring you guys news for this, with new weapons, new buffs to some of my favorite characters, and hopefully some of yours too, as well as some nerfs. Without a further ado, let's get right into it. The R99, which actually is now a supply bin weapon along with the Peacekeeper and the Kraber, they changed them from gold to the heirloom quality. This just hurts. The R99 was a great weapon, favorite weapon, and now it's only going to be out of supply bins, so that anyone that comes in and has it, you basically lost the game if you haven't checked the supply bin, because this is one of the best guns in the game, which is why they took it out and made it heirloom weapon. It makes sense, right? It should be. It's literally the go-to weapon. And now you're gonna have to find a different go-to weapon to get that. This is pretty much a nerf. This gun is great. It got number buffs, but the amount of times that you're actually going to get this gun is going to be significantly reduced. The Hemlock was buffed. It got a reduction to its burst. There's a much slighter burst there. You'll also notice that the burst is significantly faster. That is a much faster time to kill than it was before. And this is without the barrel stabilizer stock and its best mods on. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like with the burst mods on. Oh my goodness. That's just, you're gonna wreck people with this. Look at that, 2 bursts, 110. And now that they nerfed the Evo armor to not give you 225, it only gives you 200 health. That 110 used to not kill if you were running Evo armor. If you hit 220 and you're running Evo armor, you were alive. Now you're dead no matter what armor you are wearing. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Me personally, I will be using the Hemlock in every single game. And more on burst fire, because in the past, I have used single fire to melt people down, especially up close. But the burst mode just seems much more viable now that it's faster and has a much less recoil. The Spitfire also received a buff. What we've got here is the recoil pattern has been significantly reduced, so your kick isn't as much. And you can see here that is a much more tame recoil pattern through all 55 bullets. So let's see if we can hold it pretty close to center here. A lot easier than we used to would have been. Yeah, 990 damage out of one clip. You can mow some teams down with that, and since the recoil is easier to do, it's going to be much easier to spray transfer here. Look at that. That's melt. That is going to be melt city. You just spray a teammate down. You don't even have to stop shooting now because of this recoil. That is so much easier. Let's check from long distance. So it's got a pretty good recoil pattern from a relatively long distance, especially on a moving target. It will probably be difficult to hit shots, but even so, that spray pattern is so much easier than it used to be. So Bloodhound actually got buffed along with all of the other recon classes. His ultimate was buffed, and his Eye of the Allfather was buffed significantly. So his Beast of the Hunt ultimate now gains more duration when Bloodhound scores a knockdown or kill with the ultimate about to run out. So we'll call this out. And what you see is you get 35 seconds to begin. And then if you get a kill here, you get an extension. It doesn't look like it's going to show it on this. Also, the cooldown was reduced from 25 seconds to 6 seconds. You get instant scans. Scans just ending. Oh, don't worry, you get another one. Oh. Oh, your scan just now ended? Oh, don't worry, you get another one. Instant scans. Bloodhound is buffed. The ultimate is now usable. You also don't, if you use the ultimate and it's on, or you use I Have the Allfather and it's on cooldown when the ultimate ends, you still get to use the I Have the Allfather. They also added a new SMG into the game, the Volt, which I'm certain you've heard of. But what you haven't heard of are these new extended energy mags. These are going to change the game. So let's go ahead and buff this up. This is probably going to be my replacement for the R99 since it is now a crate only weapon. And they probably did this to promote the Volt, in all honesty. Promote the Volt, get it to replace it. You're running, and it's, look at that. That is the new SMG for me for certain. It looks like we're gonna be running this instead of the R99 since they replaced it. It's got an interesting sound on it too. It's like suppressed. It's quiet. That's going to be helpful. The R99 was super loud, and this is almost silent when you shoot it. That's impressive. This might be a good replacement for the R99, as the R99 was a little OP. It probably should have been an heirloom weapon from the get-go, or not an heirloom weapon, but a supply drop weapon from the get-go. But it wasn't, and we were able to bask in its glory for the longest. And now we've got this weapon, which is actually, it seems reliable. We'll have to see how it does in a real game setting. But it looks like moving forward, the Spitfire or Hemlock and Volt is going to be my go-to combo. Let me know what you guys' new setup is going to be down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and have a great day. Nerd out.